you grew up in Queensbridge.
Yeah.
Queensbridge Projects.
Right.
Okay. Now a lot of people know Queensbridge because of Nas.
Right.
And Mobb Deep.
Right.
Did you interact with any of these guys? Because you're roughly the same age as some of them, or I guess they're a little bit older.
Well, Nas is a little older than me.
Yeah.
You know, and Havoc also is a little older than me. And then also, you know, guys like Capone and Noreaga. You got, you know, a lot of us Tragedy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. N.O.R.E's the homie. Like I fuck with N.O.R.E tough.
Yeah, well, N.O.R.E, I say N.O.R.E because N.O.R.E's not from Queensbridge, but Capone.
Oh yeah, he's
is.
from La Frac. Yeah, he always.
Yeah.
It's a sore issue
he's
with
still
him.
Family. Still family.
It's a sore issue with N.O.R.E if you call him from Queensbridge.
Yeah.
I know that.
Still family though.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Capone is from Queensbridge.
Capone is like from Queensbridge.
Yeah.
I was there when Capone, he was running across the street, shot the cop. And then, I don't know if he hit the cop, I was young, but I remember he shot. And I seen him running. He's a lefty, he played basketball, he's a lefty. I remember him shooting with the left. And I was like, wow.
Wait, so you were right there when Capone shot at a cop?
I think he let one off. Did some time. Then he came back, and then he had the video with N.O.R.E. You know, when he came home and N.O.R.E. had him on the plane and everything with the mink on. I forget what video that was. But yeah, I saw Capone had epic nights in the hood.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've interviewed Capone. He a wild one.
I was locked up for guns.
But what did they catch you with?
They caught me with, I gotta go into detail. Well, I mean, it's already over. I got caught with an AK, I got caught with 2 9s, a 380, and a deuce.
So you had an arsenal.
Exact. I wasn't playing. You know, at that time, you know what I'm saying, I was still like, you know, I was what you call that, in transition.
He got caught with all types of guns before.
I mean, it's not nothing to be proud of, but he's a real one.
No, absolutely. Now, growing up in this type of environment, you know, aside from like the Capone incident, what do you think was the craziest things that you actually saw and experienced?
Well, you know, I seen Late the Kid shoot a couple. I seen Late the Kid, you know, do a couple things. Lake did a lot of time.
Yeah.
Served all his time. You know, came out of jail, and did a lot of great things. You know, he had the 41st had album, sold a lot of records. Big album with Nas. You know, Lake is definitely a real one. He's one of, you know, I don't look up to a lot of street dudes because I don't look up to anything negative.
Yeah.
You know, but Lake is kind of like a big bro. He's been involved with a lot of conflict with some of my inner circle, some of my friends, you know. So, but at the same time, we all from the same neighborhood. So, you know, I kind of look up to guys who are legendary, you know, in the hood.
OGs.
Yeah, you look up to them, you know, you look up to them. Because we all kind of going through the same thing. Now, granted, sometimes it could be conflict from both sides. Somebody might get murdered, somebody might get shot, and that's all unfortunate. But it's a movie that only, if you're only from the hood, is a movie that we could experience together, you know, when we talk about.
Now, growing up in that kind of environment, how did you avoid getting caught up with some of the rest of these guys doing that type of thing? Well,
you know, basketball was a great outlet for me. My dad brought me on the court, you know, and there's so many times where I had the opportunity to go left. I had a lot of my friends that chose to stay in the streets. And it's so easy to, you know, to choose that route. But what you don't realize is that if you choose that route, you go in the streets, you start to sell drugs, you go to jail, you get shot at, you get murdered. You know, they never talk about that part. You know, they never talk about that part when you first start, that these situations, scenarios could potentially happen to you. You know, and I always wondered, if I turn to sell drugs, you know, I wonder if anybody would care about me right now, if I was locked up right now.
Definitely not as many people.
You know, with the media write me, with ESPN write about me, you know, with the fans want my autograph.
No.
You know, will all the beautiful women, you know,
right.
be attracted? Will I even exist in people's minds? Will people care about me and what I've been through? Will people even listen to my story? You know, if I had shot somebody and went to jail, you know what I'm saying? And the answer is no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You had actually talked about how when you were younger, in the middle of a basketball game, you watched a kid named Lloyd Newton get stabbed with a table leg.
Right. So I wasn't at that game, Lloyd Newton was a legend. We looked up to him the same way we looked up to Nas. We looked up to Lloyd on the basketball court. Lloyd was in the era of Nas and Lake, so they all know Lloyd Newton. And you know, Lloyd was we was home, and they were on LIC, Long Island City High School, Queensbridge basketball team basically, and they were away, so we was waiting for them to kind of win. They was playing for the cities, I think, at that time. And then we got word back that, you know, our idol died on the basketball court because it was a scuffle, and somebody decided to break a table leg and throw it and went through his chest.
They actually threw it?
They threw it and went through it. They threw the leg from the table, went through his chest, and then he died. He probably would have been a pro. He was very, very talented, you know, really smart player, you know, and probably would have been a pro. I say that because, you know, he just was a solid basketball player. He could shoot, he could defend, and everybody from Queensbridge was really tough defenders, you know. So, yeah, he had a chance.
Gotcha. I mean, did that situation kind of made you look at things a little bit differently once you heard that? Because
when Lloyd Newton, when he died, the way we played basketball changed in the neighborhood a lot.
Really?
It went up a level. Even on the courts, you know, it wasn't filmed, but the level of intensity went up. You understand? And I grew up under that era. You know, people was quick to get upset on the basketball court. A lot of people was very upset about this. So most of the basketball players, you know, the intensity grew. It was an honor, you know, kind of when you're on that court at that time, and it kind of carried, you know, throughout the years, and we continued to play like that, continued to play hard. So then my aggressiveness, you know, that's where it was born. That's where we pretty much got it from. And a lot of kids don't even understand, you know, that grew up in Queensbridge and playing basketball. They don't even understand why they play how they play. You know, a lot of it is probably because of Lloyd.
I think he's feeling the same aggression that a lot of people are feeling, like the whole, where he said, you know, I've been out for months and years before him. Yeah, a lot of people have been out a lot longer than me and not blown up, you know, nearly as quickly or whatever. So a lot of people have that, you know, that built up that feeling about it, and that's okay.
So he said, you got any scripts? I said, nigga, I'll be right back. Ain't bullshit. Got in the car, nigga, went over to Press's house, got the script, foolish. So brought it back, handed it to the nigga. The nigga gave me a check for $1 million.